Are you a new agent struggling to get your business off the ground? Or are you younger? I'm like talking teens, early 20s. You're trying to find yourself in this wild real estate industry. Well, if yes, this one's for you.
Rachel Gray is a 19-year-old real estate agent in the suburbs of Philly, Pennsylvania. She's a brand new agent. She found me on my YouTube channel, Ali the Agent. She named me as a sponsor in EXP and she joined our community, got access to all of our checklists and the resources. And in 6 months of being licensed, she closed 2 transactions and already has another listing as a solo agent. She's never been given a lead. She cold calls for 3 hours a day to FSBOs and expireds. And so she's had 2 closings in 6 months and she joined the community without even asking us for help. She just took all of our resources and has acted on it. So she's like the epitome of what a successful agent looks like. And she's already read 40 books on personal development in 10 months. And let me remind you, she's 19.
Dude, it's crazy. Guys, you are listening to The Agent Goldmine, which is the show for agents who've been around for the block and are ready to build sustainable, scalable businesses that you actually love. We are Shelby Johnson and Ali Garced, your hosts, former military turned real estate entrepreneurs. We've closed a combined 700 transactions between the two of us, and we are rebuilding our businesses from the ground up in brand new states. And we're sharing every bit of that rebuild with you as you go. So if you want to follow the behind the scenes of that build, go to Instagram. It is Ali, the Agent, ALI, and The Shelby Show. And with that, welcome Rachel Gray.
Welcome to the Agent Goldmine, the only podcast in the world specifically for real estate agents who are stuck at 5 transactions a year to help them get to 20 plus. Your hosts, Ali Garced and Shelby Johnson, 2 EXP icon agents, each do over 40 transactions a year and interview others who are crushing it. In this podcast, you'll receive the knowledge to help you scale your business using systems and processes with our interviews and monologues twice a week. If you want to be a part of our community, reach out. Welcome to the show.
Rachel, I want to start this off with, how did you even come across our community?
Yeah, so I first saw of getting into real estate through Pace Morby. He does this whole sub-2 community, and then I was introduced to EXP Realty, and so I started to dig more into it, and that's when I found Ali's videos on YouTube. I loved your energy, and I loved everything you had to say about EXP Realty, so I thought, this is the girl. I'm going to go with her, and she's going to help me be successful in this business.
This is the girl.
I'm the girl, guys. I'm the girl. Thanks, friends. That's super cool. Okay, so you had more of an investing want before the real estate sales want?
Absolutely, definitely. That's ultimately my goal in real estate, to really invest, own a lot of property.
Yeah. A lot of us at 5 Pillars are investors first. So have you been attending our monthly investor mastermind?
I actually haven't been, just because it's been a little overwhelming.
Oh my gosh.
Everything at EXP, it's all cloud-based.
It's a lot of stuff, but baby steps, one little bite at a time. And each month you can integrate maybe one more thing. So I do feel you. But today is actually our monthly investor mastermind. If you do want to come.
I definitely do.
Okay, so you came across me on YouTube. You were already a licensed agent, or did you get licensed after that?
After I found you on YouTube.
Okay, awesome. And then I saw that you joined the community one day. How many months ago was this?
6 or 7 months ago.
And from then, I saw that this person that joined the community started closing deals. And I was like, I want to have this brand new agent on the podcast, because I want to showcase to a lot of times when we have people on the podcast, they're seasoned investors, seasoned agents. They're closing a lot of deals, and it's hard to fill in that gap from somebody that's a new agent. Like, how did they get there? So that's why I wanted to showcase you, because you are kicking ass.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, like, we don't just have everyone on the podcast. I promise you that. So how did you even start? Like, you got your license, but it's before you and I ever had even spoken. You joined the community. What was your first step, like, in order of, to start your agent business?
I think just watching all your YouTube videos and getting a feel of what mindset I needed to adopt to be a successful real estate agent, and also just going all in and committing, doing it every single day. answering all the questions I had, thinking things through. And I was able to connect with my mentor in Pennsylvania. And that helped me a lot too, because she's in the state and you're in Arizona, I'm in Pennsylvania. So the laws are totally different. And she really helped me to understand better what I need to be doing on a day-to-day basis as well, on just how everything would flow as an agent.
Yeah. And that's what EXP has done super well. So you named, for all clarity, you named me as your EXP sponsor, but EXP knows that a sponsor can be anywhere. So they assign, for brand new agents, they assign an EXP mentor, and your mentor is in your MLS. Because like you said, I wouldn't be able to talk about anything in any other state. I don't know the regulations. I don't know the contract, but your mentor does. So for your first 3 transactions, you're with your EXP mentor. And for those that were curious, my YouTube is Ali the Agent. So from there, how did you talk to your mentor and start establishing that, like, how did you start getting comfortable with your state's regulations?
Definitely through reading the contract. She told me that a lot of agents don't even know what the contract said. And then when I was doing the EXP mentor program, like the little university thing with all the classes, they recommend that you read the agreement of sale 2 times every day. So I just started reading every single contract and just learning and memorizing, because my mentor also says, if you know the rules, you can play the game. And that made real estate so exciting, because you can do this and then this happens, which makes this happen. And it's just this full fun game then, rather than something that's like intimidating. I also was able to connect with other agents besides her, and they gave me great advice. They gave me a lot of scripts, and I thought it was really awesome to have their support. I would host open houses for them, and that's how we originally connected.
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so you were with your mentor, and I mean, obviously you guys are still connected and all that stuff, but so you read the contract and then you read it again multiple times to fully not just read it, but embody it, fully understand it. And then from there, you put yourself in the opportunity to do open houses and have more reps with clients, and then also connect more with agents, who can give you more advice. But I'm curious actually about what your daily routine looks like. If you have a daily routine, but what are the things that you do every single day to, kick off so quickly?
Yeah, so I like to wake up early, do a little meditation, get a good mindset going, do some visualization. And then I hop on a role play call, which is really great. And so this is actually all of America as well, not just Pennsylvania, but we go back and forth and pretend to be clients and pretend to be agents. And that's really helpful, because then you learn how you're going to say the words and when it's appropriate. And so then when you're talking to clients, you don't sound like you don't know what you're talking about, because you've been practicing it every morning. I also get on an accountability call with my mentor. And I think having an accountability partner is really, really important, because that's honestly what really pushed me to get shit done. Because if I wasn't going to face the music and it was just me versus me, it's not as motivating as if someone else holds you accountable. So I think those calls really help. After I do the accountability call, role play calls, then I'll start rereading the contracts, because there's so many, and I'll just review stuff like that. And I would go to EXP courses, watch some YouTube videos, and then I would start prospecting. So I'll time block around 3 hours and just call expired listings and for sale by owners in the area. And then the afternoon, if I had a listing appointment to go on, I do that. Showings, maybe. I always try and plan an open house for the weekend.
Dude, so cool. Okay, question. First of all, you're talking about meditation and visualization, and I still can't get over, you're 19 years old. I don't know if we've said that yet, but I, at 19, was not even close to any of the words that you just said. So impressed. With the role play call, you mentioned it was agents across the United States. Is that something through EXP, or is that who are you doing the role playing call with?
If you're looking to change brokerages this year so you can increase your business, and you want to join us at eXp Realty and would like either myself, Ali Garced, or Shelby Johnson to personally sponsor you in, so that way you have access to 2 icon agents, text the word JOIN to either my number, 914-318-4918,
or Shelby's number, 859-267-3849.
If I sponsor you and you have access to the both of us and everything that's 5 Pillars Nation, we have the checklist, the systems, the processes to help you scale your business. And don't take our word for it. We've had agents switch brokerages to join us that were stuck making $300,000 GCI, and they join us so they can scale. So text the word join to those numbers and we'll take the next steps.
Paul, you mentioned it was agents across the United States. Is that something through EXP, or is that who are you doing the role playing call with?
It's New Agent Handbook. So my mentor introduced me to them. It's, I guess, this program that helps newer agents, and they're just super supportive, and they always offer such good insight. And I'm lucky enough that the person who runs it is actually based in Philadelphia, so they're really close to me, and that really helps a lot. Something else I do every day is I like to read, and I think reading has contributed to my exponential growth so much because you gain perspective that you would have never had at 19 when you read. Like, I didn't read before, honestly, but this year I made a goal. I think goals are really important too, checking in on yourself on how you're doing with your goals. I made a goal to make $10,000 a month this year. I haven't necessarily hit it yet, but that's to be expected.
Yet.
It's the first year in real estate.
I love that.
Yet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Yeah. She's already said yet. You're in the mindset. You're going to hit it. You're going to.
I hope, I really think I can. I mean, and there's a quote by Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right either way.
True. Yeah.
So
I
it's
love
really
that.
up to if you decide you can do it or not. And I guess I just decided I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it done. And so I've just made also a goal to read 2 books a month, and I've way past that. I think I'm at like 40 books for this year, but I think that has helped me so much. I never read before.
Oh my God, Rachel, I have so many questions for you, but before I'm going to loop back to the other one. I won't forget because I wrote it down. But what books from this year of the freaking 40 that you've read, what stand out?
Think and Grow Rich was really awesome. Here, let me get my list out. How to Invest in Real Estate by Bigger Pockets, The Rental Property Guide by Bigger Pockets, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. That one was really great too. How to Win Friends and Influence People, Never Split the Difference. Oh, and The Miracle Morning, where I got my idea for meditation and visualization.
Dude, I'm so obsessed with you. I can't. I'm going to cry. Oh my God. You really got me. I'm like literally all of those. I love those books. And then Miracle Morning totally changed my life. And back when I was a first year agent, implemented that, and it's literally been such a game changer. So I'm a total Rachel fan, by the way. Like I'm a fangirl at this point.
That's so sweet that we actually both read that our first year in real estate and how it affected us in our business.
Game changer.
Yeah, I've heard that your business only grows as much as your personal development does.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, I got to get busy on my personal development.
Do this. Dude, okay, I love it. And I also really appreciate that you are still doing those role playing, every single day, because there's so many people who will show up once, who will show up twice, maybe even 3 times. But the fact that you're doing it literally every day and coming in with the mindset of I have so much to learn and get out of each one of these conversations. It's not like I'm going to practice once and then perfect it. Because there's a quote that I really like. I don't know who said it. It was a podcast. Some dude said it on a podcast. I can't remember. But he said, don't practice on your paycheck. And agents fucking do that all the time. They're like, I read the script once in my head and now I'm going to call for a sale by owner. And of course they're going to tell me to fuck off and hang up because I have not even said it out loud once. And that's practicing on your paycheck. So I love that you're practicing not on your paycheck.
Thanks. And it is intimidating. Like when the first month or so, I just listened. When I first spoke on the role play call, I thought I was going to pass out, even though it wasn't even real people. Like they were real people, but it wasn't clients. It was just other real estate agents. My whole body was shaking. You could hear it in my voice that I was so uncomfortable, and it's so scary. You genuinely feel like you're being chased by a tiger. It's terrifying, honestly. And it takes a lot to get comfortable. You just have to keep going at it until you feel like you got it.
Yes, reps. Okay, so you submitted an amazing freaking golden nugget for us. FSBOs, basically, scripts. And I was reading through it. So curious about, can you talk about, because you do 3 hours a day of calling expireds and FSBOs, which is amazing. That's another great note for everyone out there. Like, I need to take that note, okay? And when you're doing this, are you calling through a CRM? What are you doing? What's your opening line? Do you have this pulled up, this golden nugget, which by the way, everyone, you can go to theagentgoldmine.com and download Rachel's amazing nugget. Can you just talk me through in more depth your process for these 3 hours?
Yeah, so definitely review the scripts many, many times before you pick up the phone and have it in front of you, but don't rely on it. I think that's really important. Really focus on like your role play calls with whoever you can to like work on your objection handling. And then when it comes to calling people, you want to provide value. So you're not just going to pick up the phone and say, well, first I say like, hi, this is, Rachel with eXp Realty. I noticed you're selling this property, and then continue the conversation from there. But like I said, you want to provide value. So you want to be looking at the market statistics for that area. You want to look in that neighborhood. You want to see if anything's sold there recently. So then you have something to say besides, hey, I know you're listing this on your own, but I want to list it. So you should just give it to me. They're going to get so mad. But if you try and provide value in just any way you can, that's what's really important.
Okay, so you're in the suburbs of Philly, and people in Philly, not for nothing, they are not always the nicest. What kind of feedback are you getting now that you've practiced and you do a lot of this? What is the temperament of the Philly people when they answer your call?
Oh, it's hard. It definitely is tricky for a while. I guess I did let it like bother me a little bit when people were rude. But once that one person's just nice to you, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, there's good people in the world. I can take a deep breath. Like I can relax. And it's also at the end of the day, just a job. So you can't take it personally. They're not saying no to me. They're just saying no to me trying to sell them. And no one wants to be sold. So it's to be expected. The temperament, they just want to do it on their own. And they just think they know a lot about real estate.
For sure. And I feel like, yeah, the temperament in that part of the country, tough. But at the end of the day, I feel like for sale by owners are all tough in their own way because they've already made up their minds that they don't want an agent, or expires is a little different, but they've had a bad experience now. So either way, they like don't fucking want to talk to you. It's great. But so with that, okay, you pulling your list of for sale by owners or expireds, whatever. And do you like nitty gritty into the process? You pull up, do you just like plug it into Zillow, or are you actually plugging it into the MLS? Like how much stalking are you doing before you call, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so I usually go on Zillow and I just filter it to for sale by owners in the area. And so then their phone number's on there and they usually don't put their name. So then I'll head on over to my MLS, look them up on the public records, see how long they live at their house. Like I said, check out the recent sales in their area. That's like the level of stalking I do. Sometimes I'll go on their Facebook, check them out there.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I'm like, I've been working on this for so long, intermittently, but like my listing process, step by step, every little piece of the puzzle. And one of the pieces is for when my VA hops in, she has a pre-appointment checklist. And part of it is like the seller stock list. And it's find them on Facebook, on Instagram, like LinkedIn, Google them. What's their, political, like literally like have her like go in and plug all that stuff so I can look at it and be like, okay, this is who I'm dealing with.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. It's important to know people want to work with people they're like. So if you can relate to them on any type of level, I think that's important.
I totally agree. Okay. And then with this, what script would you say is, or what play would you say is the best one at setting an appointment? If there is a blanket statement, because I know everything's different, everyone is different, but is there a way that you found works well of getting in the door?
If you're looking to change brokerages this year so you can increase your business and you want to join us at eXp Realty and would like either myself, Ali Garced, or Shelby Johnson to personally sponsor you in, so that way you have access to 2 icon agents, text the word JOIN to either my number, 914-318-4918,
or Shelby's number, 859-267-3849.
If I sponsor you and you have access to the both of us and everything that's 5 Pillars Nation, we have the checklist, the systems, the processes to help you scale your business. And don't take our word for it. We've had agents switch brokerages to join us that were stuck making $300,000 GCI, and they join us so they can scale. So text the word JOIN to those numbers and we'll take the next steps.
It really depends because it's just a flow of the conversation and like how they're feeling. But yeah, usually I'll be like, would it be all right if I came by and checked out the property just in case I have anyone interested in the area? Because they already know that we work with buyers. Yeah, so I'll just say, do you mind if I come preview it? Would that be all right?
Yeah. And then when you're there, what is your flow for not being like pushy, but ultimately you want the listing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have to practice on going for the kill. I honestly feel like I
Yeah.
get there and I just kind of let the conversation flow naturally and ask them like what their main objectives are with the property and what they're looking to accomplish. And then I guess I'll explain how I can make that possible for them.
I have a quick question. I want to backtrack just a little bit. The new agent handbook. How did you come across that? And what is that? Can you explain what that is?
I'm not too sure exactly what it is. I just know that that's what the person who runs the role play call in the morning, he runs that program. And I know that they do a lot of things for newer agents, but my mentor told me about it. Well, she told me about the role play call. So I haven't really looked into the new agent handbook, but I know that's like their platform.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, cool. And previously, when you and I met over like in our first strategy call, you mentioned Clubhouse. Is that something that you're still doing?
Yeah, that's where it's on. The
Oh,
role
okay. The
plays.
new agent handbook hosts their role play over Clubhouse.
Yes, yeah. Clubhouse is just an app you can get on your phone, and it's basically just a way to talk to multiple people at one time. You can like mute and unmute, and then you can either just stay in the audience and just listen to the people talk, or you can hop up on stage. It's called.
On stage. So that's where you went for your role play. No
Yeah,
wonder that's terrifying on stage.
yeah. But I mean, they can't see you. It's just your voice.
It's good.
But yeah, if there's 8 people, 10 people listening to whoever's role playing, it's
But still
yeah.
intimidating for sure. Dude, even now, so calling through Follow Up Boss. By the way, I'm obsessed with Follow Up Boss. It is the best CRM ever. I should definitely get an affiliate for the Follow Up Boss. But anyway, so calling through Follow Up Boss, it records all your calls. And even just Drake, my husband, being like, oh, I should listen to that call. I'm like, wait, don't. So I get, imagine with 8 or 10 people listening. So I'll just say, I feel you. I feel you, girl.
Thank you. Yeah, it is tricky. I think everyone has that feeling too. My mentor, she did this class for my brokerage for the whole state, and she did a recording, and I'm listening to my recording, and I think of, I'm judging myself, and I'm like, yeah, the role play calls, I feel the same way. I think we all judge ourselves way harsher than anyone else. So
Dude,
that's
for
always
sure.
important to remember.
It's kind of funny though. It's like this podcast goes out to a lot of people, a decent amount of people. And I'm like never nervous on the podcast. I'll say whatever and then not think about, I don't know. It's kind of, I gotta dig into that. Shelby, got some mental shit going on in here. Okay, wait, I have another question though. So we are I understand your morning routine and you do your 3 hours. And you mentioned that you're doing open houses as well. What are you also working on? Like a lot of people are into socials or YouTube or video or something like that, or like you all in focused on FSBOs expireds and open houses. Like I don't know, what else is going around up in there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very aware of my digital footprint, so I'm a little intimidated to start posting long form videos and stuff like that. Right now, I'm just focused on LinkedIn and Facebook. That's all I really got going on. Just trying to build like a reputation on those websites. I also like to post on my blog because that can really help with search engine optimization. So the CRM that EXP gives us in Pennsylvania is KV Core, and then we get our own website. And so that's where I'll post a lot of my blogs.
Have you found success with that? I've been posting blogs lots on my KV Core, and I'm like, does anybody read this?
Not yet, but
Okay, yeah.
like that we're active agents. So when
Yeah.
people do go to our website, they're like, okay, at least she's still doing it now. It's not like we posted one time and then never again.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not very big on LinkedIn. I have an account and I post really just like I cross post, right? Like whatever I put on Instagram, I will then copy and paste and put on LinkedIn. You probably know this already, but on LinkedIn, there are like 2 different places where you can put bios. So you have like your top liner, of course, your name, you can just put realtor in Philly or insert city. And then you have a mini like call to action bio right underneath your name. But then if you scroll down, there's a whole about me. And with 2,000 characters, that's where you can put I had no idea. I was like, oh my God, this is sitting empty. And I could have been putting every single city in every single suburb. So I just did that
Right.
last night, actually.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I did LinkedIn because I heard that when you like Google someone's name, that's one of the first things that pop up.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Like you. I'm like, let's go on Instagram.
That's true. Actually, Instagram, I think when you search my name is the first thing that pops up. So shit. But I'm sure, I know, Ali, I'm pretty sure I don't know if Rachel, you heard this too, but like Alex Hormozy did some video the other day about ranking his platforms, about, views versus conversions and all of that stuff, and moved Was it LinkedIn? No, it was YouTube. Well, basically the whole point was he moved TikTok to the bottom. Like he had, 10% of all his total views came from TikTok, but only 2%, I don't know, ever converted or went to his website, or those who went to his website only stayed 9 seconds versus like YouTube, they stayed for 90 seconds and had an X amount of conversion. So anyway, all that to say, it's interesting when you do the analysis, not that I've done it, thanks Alex Ramosi, to see, okay, even though this seems like it's hitting, is it really giving me the most return? What are my conversions? So that was just a side tangent for absolutely no reason. I think Ali was going to ask you about your goals, and I'm going to be quiet for a second.
I totally see that though with TikTok. I think it's because it makes you have such short memory, or sorry, such short attention span.
Attention span, yep.
They're like, they want to click on your website and stay on your website, but they're like, no, I have an urge to keep scrolling. So I need to go back to TikTok so I can get new attention, more brain stimulation. I personally don't even use TikTok anymore. I had
Same.
it downloaded
It
in high
hurts.
school, but I deleted it. Yeah. Hurts the brain. And it started literally guessing my thoughts. I feel like I was being programmed. I didn't like how that felt.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do. And so I use TikTok now, and I think Alex Ramosi actually spoke about this as well. But like every user or users use platforms differently. So somebody that may go on long form YouTube video someone else may also find education ish on long form TikTok now that you can do 10-minute TikToks. So that's me on TikTok. And I have been on the TikTok nighttime train going down the quantum physics rabbit hole and what happens after death, galaxies, like it's good. That's my
Wow.
nighttime ritual. It's actually pretty good. But anyway, that also had nothing to do with fucking real estate. So I want to bring it back. Your goals.
We're so good at this podcast.
Okay, so Rachel, your goal is to make $10,000 a month, which you will do very, very soon. What is your goal after that? Because you and I already had our call as far as how many calls you need to make to then go on a certain amount of appointments to then make that certain amount of closings to get the 10,000 a month. Have you thought about longer term goals, and what are they?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be a real estate agent forever, actually. I really just want to be a real estate investor and just be moving multi-million-dollar properties, owning apartment complexes. And honestly, a big goal of mine is like sustainable housing, where that's like eco-friendly and really beneficial to the environment and things like that. That's what I'm really interested in, creating like communities.
Oh my God, did you hear about that community out in Phoenix-ish where there are no cars or something like that? Yeah, they just built, well, last year, some community in Phoenix trying to have it be more sustainable because I think it's just no cars or no trucks. But also it's Phoenix. You can't walk. So I'm like, how is that going to work? That's awesome. That's awesome that you're so wise, Rachel. You're a wise woman.
I think it's the books. I really do. I think it's the books, and I love YouTube, honestly, because there's so many wonderful people on YouTube that put themselves out there, and being able to take advantage of other people's positive thoughts and good energy. I believe in mental diet. What you think about and what you listen to is gonna manifest so incredibly into your life. So I really focus on the positive, and I think that really helps me in a lot of ways.
Okay, Shelby wrote in the notes just right now. I have to read it out loud. We have notes as far as who's going to ask the next question, like where we want to take this podcast. She goes, all capital letters, obsessed with you.
It's fine. Maybe I was going to keep that one to myself, Ali.
My
Maybe
bad.
I wasn't going to weird her out. Okay. You ever think about that?
That's awesome.
I do feel that way though.
Yeah, we definitely jump into our investor mastermind calls whenever you can. We host them just monthly right now because I know that onboarding is a lot with EXP, and you've been with us for 6 months. You've already had 2 closings. Like we want to help you achieve your goals because that's what we do with everyone that puts in effort, and you have put in so much effort already with our community. So we want to pour into you even more. So whenever you need us, please let us know. How can people find you if they either want your help, as a, I don't know, real estate agent, or they want to join the community and you name you as a sponsor, that way you can help others, or they're looking to buy or sell. Where can people find you? All the things.
Rachel Gray on LinkedIn and TikTok, and also rachelgray.exprealty.com is the website.
And that's Gray, Grey.
Yes, Rachel RACHEL.
Okay, very cool. I love it. Okay, everyone reach out to Rachel, show her all the love in the world. And otherwise, Ali, do we have anything else for today?
I don't know. Rachel, do we have anything else for today?
I got my first listing last week.
Oh, shit. Congratulations.
Yes, dude.
Calling, was it a FSBO or expired?
FSBO.
Nice.
The
Nice,
floodgates
nice.
are
Price
now
point,
opened.
location, where at?
Yeah, we're at 175 right now. It's a condo association. So I'm
Nice.
excited.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Are you going to be doing the open houses too?
Yes, I had one last weekend. Probably another one this weekend. If there's not already an offer, we'll see.
That is awesome.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for you.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're a great example of someone who just sees a checklist, just does it. You know, like you just
Right.
do it. You're going to have
Attack.
a lot of success. And honestly, in any industry that you want to be in.
Oh, thanks
So-
so much. Thank you so much, ladies.
So
Thank you,
thanks for hanging out
Rachel.
with us. And listeners, be a bro and share this show.